welcome back, guys, to episode 3 of To the Prem with Great Yarmouth as my team. So, as you left me on this tactic screen here, we assigned some of the positions. As you can see, we still need a goalkeeper, a central defender, a central midfielder, left winger, and an attacker for the starting 11. No subs as of yet. We can get them in later. Not a big issue. Obviously, if we get some injuries, is a little bit of an issue, but we'll be okay for the moment. So, moving on to the next game, which is a friendly versus London Town. So we've managed to get another striker in, which is brilliant. His name is Harry Knock, midfielder. So that is our central midfielder covered and done there. That's brilliant. When he comes into the squad, we'll slot him straight in. So if you've just tuned in, where have you been in episode 1 and 2? We've kind of started building a team with Great Yarmouth. And it is going to be a race to the Prem, to the Prem with Great Yarmouth. So Harry Knock there, as you can see, very good. Again, physical rating. I think that's going to be a good thing for us. If we've got good physical players, they may be able to help us with an advantage there. So that is brilliant news for us. He's a central midfielder. He's played for quite a few clubs: AFC Wimbledon, Ashford and Middlesex, Tooting and Mitcham, and now the fabulous Great Yarmouth. So we're going to pop him into the squad there as well. Fortunately, Atkin has decided to go to Eastbourne Town. Things come and go. Players come and go. He's not going to be a legend at Great Yarmouth. Or he may do in the future, I don't know. So yes, are there any further signings in the pipeline? Of course there is. Yes, I think he'll be a great part for the Glory, and he's going to be playing as a right midfielder. He'll mainly play there, but he can play other places on the pitch as well. I think he's a great coup for the club. And there we go. So let's have a look at the player that we have just signed, who is Harry Knock. So let's go to the tactics screen. Harry Knock there is going into that position there, and he's going as central midfielder. So there we go. Now, as you can see, we are starting to shape up nicely. We're just missing a goalkeeper, central defender, winger, and attacker. So we're going to go back out to the role here and look at what we can find for a central defender. So looking at the defending attributes of players that we have. So George Atameti is highly recommended, so we'll go him up. He said he wants to be back up, but he'll probably be playing more a dominant role. Again here as well, Jack Koziaki. Again, we'll pop him in and see how he gets on there. So I've put in a couple of bids there for 2 players. We'll leave it there for the moment. We're going to move on to our left midfielder. Oh, Callum Stewart has been scouted. So let's have a look and see what he does. So he can play as a winger, and that's primarily where I want him to play. He's happy to come in for a contract of £40 per week. I am happy to do so, my son. I'm happy to do so. Looking at goalkeeping, what have we got here? Rob French is recommended 5 to 12. He's played for quite a few clubs, Gravesend, now Ebbsfleet. So let's have a look at him. He wants to be vice captain, and again, I'm not going to be doing that. I don't think that is very fair, but he's happy to accept the contract terms there. So here we go for the contract terms. So Koziaki wants £50 per week. Yes, that'll do for me. Rob French wants £25 per week. Yeah, that'll do for me. And Artemi, £20 per week. So there we go. There's some goes there. We've still got 2,500 of the budget, which isn't too bad. We're not gaining any money, or we're losing quite a lot of money. But again, the season hasn't started, and the FA Cup run hasn't started yet either. Not holding high hopes for the FA Cup, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see what happens. So the game is saving. I do a 2-week rolling save, so it saves every 2 weeks for us. So that means that we can, if the game crashes or something like that, we've only missed 2 weeks if it comes to the last end there. So look at that, friendly against London United, we win 3-0, so that's great. And Ray Ford scored 2 of the goals, getting the Man of the Match award. Great stuff, Ford. What I want to see from my players before we start. So there we go. Moving forward, we've got here we go. So is this our next game, the FA Cup match, which is in, oh my god, how many days? Doesn't tell me how many days. 6 days. I need to get a squad together in 6 days' time. Do you think that will happen? Will we be playing with a first team by then? Don't know. So This is judgment time. Training advice, right. Could do with improving. There we go. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for the assistant manager to do that. I'm happy to do that. So there we go. Let's have a look. Yes, so we've got another forward in. That's brilliant. Joel Atkins, welcome aboard to the club. So Joel is a 4-star rated player, defensive forward, or a target man. So that could be good. We could work well with my poacher. So that's a good sign there. Squad bonus win. Well, I do say I want them to do well. So I'm going to go low. That gives me a bit of a budget as well. No, let's just do normal. That's fine. That is fine by me. I'm happy to do that. Hopefully they get a good cup run and we can do well. Gives them a bit of motivation for the FA Cup. Not that they're going to win it, but hey ho. So pre-season Fakenham. Only give me 2 players to look at. That's not really that great for me. So moving along, we're getting ever closer. They want us to do some more scouting. I'd rather do the hot prospects, and we'll leave it at that for the moment. So I'm hoping that we can get these players in just before the start of the FA Cup. If not, we'll be playing with a little bit of a loose team. So we'll see what happens here. Got a couple of scout the FA Cup. Don't think so. It's not worth it at the moment. Unhappy with squad strengthening. Can't really do anything with that. But yeah, we'll see about these two working together. Brilliant. So them two are going to work together, buddy up, which is good. Let's see how well we can do. Here we go. So still no signing of these players yet, and we are getting closer to that FA Cup. 2 days away from the FA Cup against Maltby Main. Yep, that's fine, I know. That's not a problem. We'll be looking at that when the season gets underway. Believe me, when the season gets underway, we will be looking at things like this. So here we go. 1 day before the FA Cup, and we've got 7. Hopefully these are 7 signings. No, not yet. I'm going to make my debut. Brilliant. Hello, guys. And Rob French has been looked at by Croydon. That's not good. We didn't get our centre-back. That's not a problem. But we did get another centre-back as well, which is good. So, good thing I put that bid in for that centre-back there. So, it looks like we'll have a back 4 at least to start with. He's got good mental attributes, so I'm thinking he could be a captain. Could be. Here we go. I think we're going to be playing this FA Cup game without a full squad, but then we've got Newmarket not long after that, so hopefully we can do that. So they want me to reach the first qualifying round, avoid relegation, reach the third round, and reach the quarterfinals. So that is what I've got to do for the next couple of games. So we'll see what happens, and I'm going to have to say bring on Maltby without the teams. So match preview. So this is their likely lineup. We're playing at their ground. We've only 355 tickets sold. The referee, we've got Mark Clattenburg, a Premier League referee, managing a preliminary round Maltby Main Great Yarmouth Cup tie. Interesting. So their manager is 40 years old, been in the job for 1 year, 92 days. They play 4-4-2. Let's go ahead with this. So I'm going to have to put in my defender, which is good. Thank you, George. So he is a central defender, but he's a stopper, so that's good. I've got my other striker as well, Joel Atkins, on there. Like I say, I'm hoping that these two will work well as a target man and obviously a poacher. Hopefully will work well together. We haven't got a mid left, and unfortunately I'm going to have to put in him as my mid left. Not suited, but hey ho. Worst thing is I haven't got a goalkeeper. Handling 6. So let's have a look at these guys in a bit more detail. Okay, and Hughes. Right, I'm going to go with... So as you can see, I kind of failed the first task of getting a squad together right before the start of the Prem. But hey ho, we can do this. So I think these are all the players that will fill up the subs bench. Here they are. So there we go. There's my subs and there's my first team. We've got 2 non-players out there. They're saying they're not very sharp, but that's fine. Now, teams are warming up. And this is what the game looks like. So they're going from up above. I don't know why. Both teams are fairly evenly matched. It should be a draw. That could be a good thing because we could take them back to our place and win. So this is the lineups here. Look at that. 4-4-2. And we're going for a 4-2-2-2 or 4-2-4 formation. How the game sets it out. He doesn't feel confident to offer tactical advice. That's fine. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to give them a moral boost. So I'm going to go passionate. I'm going to go out there and impress me, guys. And I'm just going to say to them that I have faith in them because I don't want to put a moral on them. I'm just going to say I have faith in you guys to go out there and do the job. So we're going to start the match. Now, I have no idea why it has started out like this. So I'm going to change it back to TV. And it should be reversed because I like to be on the side of the dugout. So here we go. And we've gone 1-0 down straight away. That is not a good start by the boys. 5 minutes in and we're 1-0 down. Come on, Great Yarmouth. Pull it out your bag. We can do this. Free kick to Maltbury. He's going backwards. I don't quite understand why. And then Marshall. I think this is going to... Oh, good save by Arneson there. My non-goalkeeper. That's goalkeeper. So good clearance from the cross. I'm happy for that. Now we just need to get it back upfield and into the back of the net. So Hayes has picked up possession. And the way I do this, guys, is only key highlights because it makes the game go quicker. We've got the TV camera and it's reversed, so we're on the side of the dugout. No replays because I don't feel like we need to see the replays. And we have quick speech during the highlights, but then between the highlights it goes even quicker. So that's why they go quite fast. So here we go. Zanelli on the attack, plays it across. It's a goal! And yes, Ford, my superstar striker for the year. I think he is going to be my superstar striker. Has levelled the game. Go on, the Great Yarmouth. That's what I want to see, boys. Bit of commitment there. This doesn't look promising. Right on the half-time. And another blow there for the boys. Maltbury have gone 2-1 up right on half-time. It's going to make half-time a bit hard. So I'm going to say to them that, do you know what? I'm going to say keep going out there because you can still win. Because I believe they can. You know, they weren't too bad. They let in a goal. They've let in 2 goals, but we can do this. So I have faith in them to keep going. So go on, boys. Let's see how we can do in the second half. So I've sent them out. Positive vibes. Don't want to be too negative. It's my first game in charge. Can't see us getting anywhere in the next round of the FA Cup if this stands the way it is. I'm not going to make any substitutions because I feel my best squad is out there at present. Mark Clattenburg ref the game okay, pretty much so far. No incidents to shout about. And here we go. Last minute. Can we do this? Oh, we couldn't. And there we go, boys. Our FA Cup run, for this season anyway, has ended. And I'm just going to say, do you know what? Don't worry, we were unlucky there. So, didn't really see anything in the second half. And I'm just going to say, look, I'm happy with your performances out there. Some people think I'm a bit switched off. But hey-ho. Overall, first game in charge. Not a full team. 2-1 loss. Not going to get over it. Not going to get too upset about that. We're out. Move on. League is the main focus. Like I say, we want to get to the Premier League. So, well, I'm going to probably have to face the press as well about a defeat in the FA Cup as well. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to kind of hopefully try and push for a goalkeeper and get some players in to fill up the subs bench, ready for the Newmarket game. And then we'll concentrate on the other aspects of the game with the under-18s and under-23s manager. Don't know what purpose they're going to serve because we're going to have no players in there yet. Oh, it is a bit disappointing, you know, coming back from that we went 1-0 down, come back 1-1, and then stroke of half time as well, getting that late goal. So disappointing. So disappointing. So we'll just have to see what happens. I think there's a lot of fixtures in this game, and I think that's the reason why it's taking a bit longer than normal to get round them. I maybe can browse while it does that. It should be okay to browse. There we go. We can browse while we're doing that. So, yeah, we got defeated. Done well for his debut. So here we go. Many people have decided to make a substitution. Do you know what? The team out there should have been good enough to turn it round, which I totally agree with. Of course, some of these, but they're fantastic. We'll return to a training, right some wrongs, because obviously they're a young team, they're a new team, and we've got to gel together at some point. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to tear up my notes. So yeah, I think I don't really know how to answer this question. Oh, do I? Yeah, I'd say we probably played all right. Didn't really give you all everything, but there we go. No, not at all. Yeah, agree. Not one change, like I say, focus on the league. That's what we want to do, boys. And yeah, I'm not too disheartened. And yeah, if that was a debut, can't wait to see his next match. Played solidly, so yeah, I'm happy with that overall. So there we go. Say fluke result. We'll see what happens there. And he said, yeah, he's not infinitely. He doesn't want to get involved into my my charades as such. So, where do we need to improve at the moment? So we need a AML and a goalkeeper, and hopefully that's what these two are. So we've got Rob French as a goalkeeper and Callum Stewart as attacking left. So let's see if we can get these two in on time for the next game. At least we can have a full squad, and I can't blame it on the non-existent goalkeeper that was in goal. There we go. But the worst thing is, if Maltmain are to be 10th in the league, I'll be very disappointed, because they're in the same kind of league standard as us, and we lost 2-1. So, yeah, I'd be very disappointed. So, yeah, I'm happy with Callum Stewart. Not too bad, actually. I'm quite pleased with those. Nothing really worth shouting about, but he's good to have there. French is obviously getting another offer. And we sold 5 season tickets for the following year. That's understandable for the league we're in. Okay. Let's go to the under-23s and promote him to the senior squad. Put Callum Stewart in there. Brilliant. And he's ready to go. And like I say, just need the goalkeeper in. Oh, my first fixture against Newmarket has disappeared. That could be a good omen for me. That could be a very good omen for me then. Means that I've got extra time to build my squad, which is what I want to do. So, let's just hope I can get this goalkeeper in. I might start looking for another goalkeeper at the moment as well, due to the fact that he is wanting to. There's other clubs interested in him, so if I can get another goalkeeper in, at least it's buy my time. At least, if not, he'll be the sub goalkeeper when he gets in. So we'll see what happens in a moment. We're just going to skip through a couple of days. Fortunately, I'm not very good at filling these couple of minutes while they go through. But yeah, let's see what happens here. So nothing in there at the moment. Now Newmarket must have been on a replay, and that's why the game got moved. Let's see where they did. Newmarket. There they go. They won on penalties as well. So they're through to the next round. Good on Newmarket. Representing our league. Go on. So goalkeeper is the main position we need now. And we have not got French, which is a shame. But hopefully we can get the other goalkeeper. There we go. We can get Skelton in on time. So Rory Skelton in. Ready for the game. And he is a 3-star. So I'm not happy. I'm not too bad about that. And looking at his stats. Handling 12. Yeah, I'll take that for where we are. He's in the under 23. So let's promote him straight away. Now. This is where I can really kind of home in on things. So I can say that, oh, it's just gone a bit poopity pop there. So, oh no, he's only a 3-star for the youth. So there we go. So he's our star player, followed by this guy here, I'd imagine. Superb, there we go. Useful. So yeah, these are very good. So we've got some useful and he's our star player by far, so he's going to be the one we're going to rely on. Guys, I think what we'll do, we will leave it there, and then when we come back we'll look at more players, but a bit more in depth, maybe get a bit more scouting going, see what happens. So thank you so much for tuning in. This has been To The Prem with Great Yarmouth, episode 3. We played we played the first preliminary round of the FA Cup and sadly got knocked out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.